Welcome to the first episode of our Poltergeist podcast. You guys know who I am. You guys know who he is too. We got Mark here, and I'm so excited to get into our very first episode over here for my Poltergeist patrons and like hand motions, all that good stuff. So before I get into this, I am used to being a YouTuber where I edit myself, and if I mess up or gotta get up or do anything like that, I can edit it. This is literally unlike anything that I'm used to doing. I'm also not used to filming with him.
We got one shot.
We got one shot. Do not miss your chance to, okay.
You only get... I forgot the words.
So this is gonna be really chill. Also, speaking of that, you may not want to listen to this with kids if you don't want your kids here cussing and stuff, because we're gonna be talking about literally anything.
Using a lot of dirty words.
Probably using some dirty words. And like I said, we've never done this before. So, I mean, he watches and listens to more podcasts than I do. I just listen and watch to the Mile Higher podcast. So I feel like you probably have a better understanding of what it's like than I do. And he's actually like, this isn't really like a podcast. This is more like
a really long YouTube video. But I guess a podcast can be a video. I don't know.
Like change
I don't know the
things.
Technicality of.
I don't know. Josh and Kendall do it, and they're awesome. Which,
True.
if you guys don't follow the Mile Higher podcast, you probably should, because it's great. I only hope that maybe one day we could get to that level over here. So thank you to all of you guys that have donated so that you guys can have this, and I am going to work on making it better. We did briefly want to discuss kind of like why this podcast is going up so late since I announced that we were going to be doing it. We had a lot of things go on in our house, a lot of really stressful things. I know that not anybody really wants to hear like depressing, negative stuff,
or excuses, but it's just the truth.
Well, we had my trip, which we're going to be talking about the McIntyre Villa a little bit in this video, and some of the evidence and thoughts and stuff about that nobody else is going to get to hear but you guys.
Behind the scenes info.
Behind the scenes. I don't know how exciting it's going to be, but whatever.
Yeah, this is kind of like our intro podcast. So
yeah.
It's kind of a bit of a mishmash. It's like it's an intro random topic day. Like, I know that we're gonna have podcasts in the future that are more like themed, to either the groups of topics or one specific one that's like researched and like a little more put together than this one.
They will be more put together, and I think the longer we do it, the better it will get. Yeah. We'll figure it out a little bit better, but also because this is not going to be edited, you're going to hear cats.
Man, Luna.
I'm really sorry about that. She's probably going to be in here being annoying, and I might be a little bit awkward, but hopefully as we continue with the next hour, I'll like loosen up a little bit. It's just, I have this like, I have one way that I do this filming thing.
Yep.
One way. This is not my one way. This is weird that this dude's here. I don't know what to do with this situation.
Fucking weird. I don't know what else to say.
But yes, in the future it will be more structured, hopefully easier to listen to. And yeah, we just want to thank you guys so much for donating, putting your faith and your money into this, into us, and to helping us out. It really means a lot to me.
Yeah, it really does, yeah.
Like, when I first started hearing about people going to Patreon, like when the YouTube apocalypse, everything happened, you guys know.
Part 1, 2, I think it's
I
one.
had mixed feelings about it, and I thought I would never do it, but here we are. But I wanted to do something that I thought that you guys would enjoy, and that could be something cool. So I think that it will get better, and it will get more podcasty as time goes on. So just bear with me, but thank you guys so much.
When I first heard about Patreon, like, I kind of had like a weird sort of feeling about it too, about just the idea of people just giving their hard-earned funds just for no reason. But after, I guess looking at a bunch of Patreons, kind of coming to understand more, like, I get that some people just want to be supportive, some people just want to help out things that they really enjoy, and it doesn't hurt that you get some perks that come along with it.
Yeah.
So,
and to me, like, I'm like, I don't know who would want to pay to like listen to us, but like he was saying, I know that just a lot of you guys just like to help out, and that means the world to us. It genuinely does, and these donations are going right back into my channel, so don't you worry. Also, on that note, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit at the beginning of this about some really cool things that we have coming up. We're actually about to take a trip for my channel in, what is it, like 2 weeks?
2.5 weeks.
It's like 2 weeks. We are going to Las Vegas, Nevada, Area 51. We're going to the Area 51 tunnels. And he is...
Not looking forward to that, honestly.
Yeah,
it's so claustrophobic.
You know, and you guys know, if you've watched a lot of my videos, like, this isn't necessarily, like, Mark's thing.
No.
Like, he's not, like, which we'll talk a little bit about that in a little bit, because I thought that could be interesting for us to kind of discuss, like, his thoughts on the paranormal as someone who didn't believe in it at all to what he thinks now. I thought you guys might find that interesting, because I get a lot of questions, which is really funny, about his skepticism and how he thinks now versus how he used to think. But yes, we're going to be going to the Area 51 tunnels. I am terrified and excited, and we're actually going in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. And we're going to be in Los Angeles, and I don't know if we're going to do anything paranormal in Los Angeles. Might just be a little bit of like casual vlogging and stuff, but I'm hoping to get some evidence of the paranormal. Maybe we could find some fucking aliens.
Probably. I mean, I'm not going to guess no. It'd be cool.
Skeptic over here. I'm going to say...
Did you hear about those people that stormed Area 51 and all they really did was do the Naruto run? And that's
but they didn't go in the tunnels. We are going in...
Well, maybe if all of us Naruto run, maybe, like, we'll get some, like, air drift and we'll be faster and we'll be able to... This is stupid.
What is he talking
I don't know. I'm just...
I am so confused.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna find aliens.
If we do, I hope that I get abducted. I'm gonna be that person holding the sign up that says, "Take me, please."
And you get blown up like in Independence Day.
Oh my god, like that crazy girl that was just up there so happy. That's me. I want to find aliens or some sort of alien artifacts. I've watched some videos on the Area 51 tunnels. We were actually going to be going with Cryptid Hunter, but I think he can't go, which it's not my place to discuss. But I don't think he can go, which is unfortunate because he is the person who knew that area, and now everyone else that's going doesn't know that area.
Now we're all going to die.
This video could potentially be very cryptic.
This could be the last video you ever see of us.
This could be a really weird video one day. People are going to be staring at it like they were laughing about that and making jokes, and then they really did die. And then, oh my god, Kendall Ray might make a video about us, though.
That's an honor.
Yeah, I would love that. Kendall and Josh talk about me if I die in the Area 51 tunnels, please.
You don't have to talk about me if you don't want to. It'd be appreciated, though.
Just
show my art, please.
You like watch them a lot more than I have lately.
Oh, because I have to drive all the time.
That's true.
So, well, I don't watch it. I've actually never watched one of their podcasts. Well, I think maybe you put one on. But
I like watching them because Kendall does like the funniest shit. It's so funny. She'll just be sitting there and like she'll make the funniest faces. There was one where she was like sucked up into herself with her hoodie. She's like a little head.
That one picture where she's like on her knees, like in front of her computer.
Yeah.
She's just like.
And I would like to get a setup that's as casual as that, like as chill, where it's just like we're
table with our laptops up with some notes, cool little green screen.
This is the Mile Higher podcast, and
yes.
I'm Kendall. And
I'm Josh.
I'm actually Josh because he's a Virgo and same.
Yeah, and Kendall has ADHD.
ADHD,
and I think I do.
He thinks he does. He doesn't know. But what else? Oh, okay. So let's kind of like go off of the trip we're going to be taking this month and kind of talk a little bit about the one that we just took. I'm about to be uploading tomorrow, actually, which will probably be about the same day as this podcast goes up. It will be the very first, or the second episode of the McIntyre Villa. And I wanted to talk about this place in this podcast with you guys. Number one, because it's so incredibly exciting. And I don't think...
The place was wild.
I don't think anybody on my channel has any idea how exciting this place was, because I hype up, like when I go and do trips like that, like I'm always hyping it up and I'm like, you guys need to watch, this is crazy. But like this one is like next level crazy. Like, you know, I'm assuming since you guys became patrons, you probably heard me talk about the Crescent Hotel. This trumps that. This is like butterflies in my stomach goodness, the best place as far as paranormal activity I've ever gone. It was so active, like to the point where like Mark could not talk some of these things out or off.
You mean like I couldn't rationalize them?
He couldn't rationalize them. Like I have so many clips of his face. I told you guys in Discord.
That one picture I'm like.
Yeah, if you guys are a part of the Discord chat, like I was telling you, like he was like shook. I kept looking over at him too, and he's just like,
just so confused. Like my thing is that I want to disprove the rational, before automatically hooking onto something that sounds irrational.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let's make sure it wasn't a noise. Let's make sure it wasn't, make sure it wasn't a noise. Let's make sure that something didn't fall, or there wasn't like some sort of bang or floor creak or like a vent, or just like disprove things that are in like the physical world.
Yeah.
And some things that were happening, I don't know how to explain. Like I don't have enough info, I guess, in the physical world about those certain things to be able to like disprove those. So I don't know. It's the whole paranormal thing like makes my brain just like cave in, because I'm super.
Turns to mush.
Yes, I'm super rational. Not like, well, I don't think in like an arrogant way where I'm like, no, that's crazy. You're all
sometimes.
Weird. Well, okay.
Sometimes, but not all the time.
There's some shit people say that I'm like, okay, yeah, you're fucking crazy.
Well, I'm with you on there.
Yeah.
On that.
But I mean, you want to, I guess, you've been doing it with footage. You're kind of more, I guess.
About
today on what happened.
What happens with him is that when he goes to these places, like for instance, McIntyre Villa, the Sally House, we had some activity there, but just between us, the Sally House videos are not as juicy as the McIntyre Villa. Little spoiler alert.
Kind of
well, we had some activity. You guys didn't, because for some reason the spirit in the Sally House did not like men.
No.
They did not want men there, which is very sexist. But there's rumors as to why that she doesn't like men. She was having a appendicitis, and her appendix was bursting, and so she had to have rushed surgery in the house. No anesthetic, nothing, and she died. But the surgeon was a man, and so they say that the spirit there doesn't like men because of that. And we did kind of get some evidence that backs that theory up, but at the same time, there's no proof that Sally ever even existed. There's like, it's just one of those. You know how it is. You go to a haunted location, there's always those like paranormal rumors and things.
It's always a ghost with long hair and a white dress.
Or a little girl.
Well, I mean, yeah.
She had short curly hair though. Her, you know, or not explanation, but the details about what she looked like was a little bit different. Mm-hmm. But anyways, that place wasn't as wild. But I feel like the McIntyre Villa was such an intense paranormal investigation that it's crazy. Like, I'm still editing them currently. Yeah, you guys are going to hear my cat. I'm sorry. She's so happy right now. You guys can see her face.
She's laying on her back. She's like...
Oh, she kind of looks like roadkill, but...
She's happy.
She's happy. But, yeah, like, the part that I just edited that's going up tomorrow, which is going to be October 2nd, which, by the way, hello, October. Hello, favorite month of my entire fucking life. But yeah, I'm gonna do that. I have attention problems. So
me too.
This is gonna be fun. Oh. The attention problem podcast. But the one that I just edited, I got the most Class A EVP that I've ever gotten in my life, and something that I've rarely heard something that clear with my own ears that I got on audio. I think I'm the only one that got it too. I could be wrong. I don't remember if Michael said he got it or not. But it is the clearest male voice that it's almost unbelievable. It's like if you guys didn't know us and trust us, you would think someone else had to be there. It is a man saying ready, and
to me it sounded like you didn't hear it. And I'm like notorious for not being able to hear these things. I was like, you don't hear that? I'm always like, no, but I heard "Are you ready?" The R part's kind of obscured by some random noise.
Well, see, I was moving right before you hear it. So he hears "Are you?" like as I'm moving the camera, and I can just hear the ready. You guys will have to let me know what you think.
I'm probably crazy.
Well, it was weird because I like not even 5 minutes. It was like 2-3 minutes prior to getting that voice. Had gotten up. We had been trying to get the spirit to like light up the little cat ball we had, where you have to like move it like crazy to get it to do anything.
Smack it pretty good in order for it to light up.
Really well, actually. And so I was like walking around and I was like, I'm coming to find you, I'm coming to get you, like kind of like Ready or Not style with this spirit. And then just a couple minutes later we get that voice that comes through, and oh my god, I got touched there, and I got like a mark on my leg exactly where I got touched. Yeah, people are not gonna believe that. They are not gonna believe that, because would you believe that?
No, not if I wasn't there.
Yeah, it's one of those things, and that's one of the things that's so, you know, I love doing this. I love exploring the paranormal, but no matter how much evidence I get, no matter how much I learn, I still feel lost. Like, I still don't fully get it, and You know what I mean? Because it's like, I've had the most insane paranormal experiences, and you've had them now too. You've had paranormal experiences now, and when you go somewhere and you keep having more and more and more, it's like, there's no explanation for it still. There's no rational explanation. So like, you can't fully understand what you're hearing, seeing, and feeling. It just is.
That's part of what like makes my mind kind of melt about the whole thing, is that it's like, no matter how much that I've watched or been in person for or read about, I personally never feel like I'm learning more about it. It's just like I'm seeing more and more things, but not gaining any more knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not able to explain anything more. So, and I'm very, I guess, like step by step with like my learning. Like, I like seeing progressions. Like, I like knowing a little bit more about things as I learn them. With the paranormal, I don't feel like I'm learning anything. I'm just experiencing things. So it's like, how do I even word this? It's like, things are happening. I cannot explain them with my knowledge and like of this world. I just don't know how to explain them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's an actual worldly thing that is happening, or maybe it's some other worldly thing. Don't know how to explain it.
Yeah. My favorite, I think, is like when you get like intelligent responses that like
that is really weird.
It's like, I mean, I think that we all know, that was a really weird sound that I made. Hello, Kyla's throat. But we all know there's something going on. What is it though? Is it another dimension? Is it what ghosts are, is people that have passed on? There's been some evidence that it is. That it's like that. Like, my mom had some experiences with her pop that passed away. How do you explain stuff like that? You know, and I'm sure some of you have probably had experiences where it's like, that's like the residual of someone that I used to know or something. It's crazy. And like I heard Callie one night in our house. Callie, like a meow.
Heard her meow a couple times.
And it's like,
we don't know if Luna's making it or what it is, but it's Callie's meow. it's
like,
very clear.
We joke that she possessed Luna and Luna's doing it, but we don't actually know.
I haven't actually seen Luna meow.
No.
I just hear it, and it's clear.
Well, when I heard it one night, I made a video on it a while back. Now I can talk about it and not be as emotional. Because I was very emotional in that video. But when I heard it that night, it was like a month to the day that she died. I didn't know until he told me. And it was in the middle of the night, and when Luna meows, she doesn't shut up.
She's loud.
She does not meow 1, 2, 3 times and then shut up. Like, she hears me talking to her. There she is. She doesn't do that. She will keep going, and she will come to you and jump up in the bed and get up in your face, and she's crazy.
Yeah, she is.
That meow I heard that night was Callie's meow, and Luna never came in there. And it's crazy because that's one of those things. We're trying to rationalize a meow that isn't Luna's coming out of Luna's face.
The thing that we said, which we can't prove or disprove, was, okay, well, were there times when Callie was alive that we would hear that meow and it was actually Luna, but we didn't know because we just thought it was Callie? But
I've seen Callie do that meow.
Yeah, and I'm saying, like, actually, I think you were the one that actually said it. Was
probably.
When Callie was alive, was Luna just mimicking her and we didn't know it? We just assumed it was Callie? Or
is she a chameleon?
I don't know. I mean, that to me is what makes more sense.
It's possible, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, okay, then I heard what sounded like a cat kicking litter in the litter box. I go in there, there's no cat. And the reason why I got up and went in there to look to see if there was a cat in the litter box was because it was one big kick. It was like, you know when a cat does like a big kick of litter, if anybody has cats, and the litter like trickles down the back of the litter box? It was like a big kick and nothing else. And like where I was at the time, the litter box was close enough to me where I would hear them get in it, and they get in there and they'll kick for 1,000 years. Like, they'll keep covering that litter up. And
they're currently still kicking.
They're still kicking as we speak. And, you know, that's weird to me because I was like, okay, there's this one really big kick of litter, and it just felt odd. I don't know how to explain it. So I got up and I went in there, and no cat. So stuff like that. But then at the same time, like, there's weird shit in this house anyways.
Well,
like,
I was laying in bed one morning before we moved our bed, and I heard it sounded like someone was in the litter box and doing the whole kick thing. I'm not saying this is what you heard. I'm just saying what I heard. Heard that noise, and I was kind of like, that's exactly what I was talking about. What the fuck? So I got up, no one's in the litter box, and I was in the kitchen, and I was coming from the kitchen into our living room, and I heard the same sound again, but I could tell what direction it came from. It was our front door creaking. It sounded those two sounds that I heard that morning sounded the same.
I have heard our front door creaking, and it has never sounded like litter trickling down the back of a litter box.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that that's what you heard.
It's definitely not what I heard. But I mean, could there be another explanation for it? Absolutely, but it definitely was not the door creaking. That I will tell you. And this is something like with Mark and I a lot too, is that we do that. We'll try and like figure something out. Like, we did everything we could to try and figure out the bangs on the wall in here.
No, that was so, oh my God. I mean, you talked about this in a video before, right?
Oh, multiple.
Yeah.
I probably mention it briefly in every video I do about this house.
It was on literally this wall right here.
This wall right here, yeah.
Inside this room.
Well, I think, and I can say this because I don't talk about this on my main channel, and I can say this here because it's a little bit of a safer corner. No one is going to see it that's going to really get me in trouble. But, you know, the people who purchased this house from, the guy passed away in here. I think that it was from suicide. I don't know that, but I think. And he was young, and it was like less than 10 years ago, and I know it was in this room.
And like we have like reasons that we found out about why we think it's that. We don't know, so we're not going to claim anything.
Yeah.
But it's not just a hunch. Like we.
Yeah, like
there's some info that we came across.
Yeah, which I can't really. You know, there's some reasons why we know that I don't feel comfortable obviously saying, because it's not just me that's involved in how I know that. If that makes sense, it involves other people. But there's reasons why I believe that, and it's mind-blowing. And then, you know, we had that spirit box session with my friend Anna, and we said, and it was in this room. We were in here in the dark. We were actually drinking that night. It was really funny. We came in here like getting lit, and it was just joking around, not expecting it. But also, one thing about me, because I'm a YouTuber, I always turn my phone on. Even if I'm in a dark room. Even if I'm in a dark room and it's not for a YouTube video, if I'm doing anything that is paranormal, I record it, because I do not want something to happen like the bangs on the walls and not catch it. That stuff that occurs whenever you're not expecting it. So we like came in here, we have the spirit box going, and that was just insane that I had said, can you see us? And like 2 questions later, I can see you guys. Like,
and the thing about that spirit box too is like my first thought was, well, you know, could it be, you know, like some sort of like frequency, what do you call, like interference from like truckers or something? But then I was like, well, that spirit box does not have a microphone on it. There's no way to get your voice to go through that for another person here to respond back to.
And also, why would a trucker be like, I can see you? From where, bitch?
I know.
Where?
I didn't say they're smart questions, but it's fair to ask.
It's fair to ask that. Like when the flashlight went off when Michael counted to 3, and Mark was like, maybe it's on a timer. It's like, it makes sense to ask questions. I feel like it's better to ask questions that are dumb than to not ask.
Well, like, okay, when I was in my teens, actually, I still have it back in my parents' house. I had a guitar amplifier that was connected to a cabinet that had 4 speakers in it. There'd be plenty of nights where I'm sitting there, like, in between playing, and I'd start hearing like sound coming through the speakers, and then I would hear truckers' CB radios. So, I mean,
I think it's a fair question.
It's possible that you could have picked that up. I don't know.
Well, I did that with walkie-talkies before.
Yeah.
But a spirit box is like the radio.
But how odd it is that you ask a question and you get a direct response to it. It's like
in a room where someone was like bang, bang, bang.
Like what, 1 in a billion?
Or the scratching in this corner over here. That was weird. Could it have been a cat outside? Yes. But what are the odds?
But he'd scratch the door. If it was
yeah, that was weird. I don't know how to explain that. All I can explain it as is that our house is fucking haunted. It just is. This room is weird, and you know, he'll tell you it's weird. It's a weird room.
It does feel a little off in here. I don't know what that means, but it feels a little off.
Like, I always feel like, because he'll be at work, it'll be during the day, and I'm in here, and I cut out so many clips of me, like, looking this way and looking that way, because there's this, like, intense feeling of, like, someone's listening and watching, which, you know, I film YouTube videos, but it's different. It's not, it's I don't know how to explain it. It's a different feeling. It's like, it feels like someone's, like, legitimately, like, here, you know? Yeah, like, peeking at you. I was at my mom's house yesterday, and she was like, do you ever, like, wonder if, like, he's watching you shower? I'm like, oh, yeah, I wonder if he's watching me and Mark have sex, watching me shower.
He watched me poop one time.
watches.
I don't like to think. I don't like to think about things like that because it's like
that's a whole other level.
Well, it's that like that just like anxiety-inducing speculation. Like,
yeah.
What if I have cancer? What if?
Oh God, that escalated.
What if my hands fall? Like, just he's like what if my hands fall off? He's like just crazy thoughts that just give you anxiety for no reason.
Well, like whenever you have like any problem at all and you go and you Google it and it's like you're either pregnant or you have cancer, like it tells him that he's pregnant.
Yeah, I stubbed my toe. It's like you're pregnant. Oh,
it's crazy.
It makes sense.
It is crazy. So, on the note of the McIntyre Villa, I was going to ask you, yes, what was your favorite experience that you had there? Like the thing that happened that made you like bent your mind? Because there was a lot.
Definitely when we were in the library, whatever. I think when I was making that face was during the dowsing rod thing.
That was weird.
Do you want to talk about that?
No, go ahead.
Oh, well, because I know that they said that they don't want spoilers. So.
It'll be up before this goes up.
No, okay.
You guys had your chance. Pause this right now and go watch it if you haven't yet. Spoiler.
Okay, so the dowsing rod things, I'll be totally transparent. I thought those were fucking stupid. Like, I thought the idea of, like...
I didn't know what I felt about
these
them.
two metal rods being able to detect spirits, I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Until I saw what I saw at the McIntyre Villa.
That was crazy.
Sorry, Michael, when you picked those things up, I laughed on the inside, but the joke was on me. Anyway, when... I think
was that what you were laughing at?
I have no idea what it was. I don't know.
Because you actually went to when he lifted it up.
Probably, yeah.
Oh my God! I just edited that and I was like, what was he laughing at? I thought we were
he's just like.
Well, it's serious shit.
Rods. But okay, the joke was on me when he picks those things up, and then question after question after question.
Instant.
They would move the way that he would ask them to, or you would ask them to, and I was staring intently at Michael's hands, both of them. This wasn't just for like 10 seconds. We were doing this for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
I'm
longer.
staring at his hands.
We did it for half an hour, 45 minutes, actually.
I'm like, well, is it his subconscious that's directing? I have to ask those things. That's just me. But I'm watching his hands, and his hands are not. Like, his thumbs aren't moving, his fingers, he's perfectly still. And these things are swinging around. Like, he'd be like, if you can hear me, could you point these at the bathroom door? And sure enough, they're like...
His hands don't even move.
Yeah, and his hands are perfectly still, and the dozen rods are like this. And I'm like, unless Michael's got some crazy dexterity in his fingers, there's no way.
The thing about those is that you have to really be like practicing how to do that. You know, I don't even own them. Like, it's weird. That is some weird shit. But there's theories, and I've heard people who've been using Ouija boards since they were children, talk about how it's your subconscious that moves the planchette. Mm-hmm. After experience, because up until a couple years ago, I never even touched one. Because I grew up hearing, do not play with them.
Oh, my pearls, you're going to get demons.
Yeah, right? And, now that I've used them more, I don't understand the subconscious theory. I understand where people who are saying it's your subconscious is coming from, and I'm not ruling that out. But I've had some experiences with that planchette where it was not my subconscious. I can say that for a fact. It was not my hand, nothing. It was not like the McIntyre Villa. It was like there was something pushing the end of it, pulling that thing, which was
weird.
Guys, I don't even know what to think about Zozo anymore. I don't think Zozo's real. Like I don't believe in Zozo.
Sounds like a shitty clown.
Listen, I don't believe in Zozo, but our planchette did spell Zozo. Did anything bad happen?
That thing was just cruising around the board.
Nothing bad happened, but why it did that, the only thing I can come up with and think was that prior to us playing with it, we were like saying stuff like, we're not worried about Zozo, and Joey was like, what if the spirit was like taking from that and kind of like mocking us and making fun of us in a way? Because it did have this like attitude about it, the spirit we were communicating with, where it was like fucking with us. We don't even know that it's who it said that it was. Do you know what I mean? Or that any of the questions it answered were which you don't know that with anything in the paranormal. Like what's real and what isn't, what's the truth and what's not, because you can't actually see and measure anything that you're experiencing. So I don't know.
Well, I was going to say about the dowsing rod thing too, and also with the Ouija board. I was trying to play with things. Okay, so Michael tried the dowsing rods, Kyla tried them, and then Joey, did she go after me?
She did.
Okay, when I did them, they didn't move at all.
They moved once.
When I was holding them?
Yep. You asked if John was still here with you, and they moved, and you like frowned. You were like, "What?" But then they didn't move anymore after that.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
Yep.
That's when they moved.
Just once though.
And then the Ouija board thing, like you swore that one time we were using it, and then it moved when I was touching it. But every time it's just been me touching it, it doesn't move at all.
No.
It's very strange. Like.
Well, I've heard with a lot of people them saying like if you do it alone, it doesn't work. Which
it's so weird.
When I did it, it did move in this house. It spelled come. But
COME.
that's one of those things too where I don't want to have those experiences alone, because if I do, I don't even want to talk about it, because it's hard for me to believe anyone when it happens to them alone. You have to take everything that everyone says with a grain of salt. Yeah, you just don't know.
That's why it's hard for me to fully subscribe to the idea, because I haven't, I mean, like me personally, to me, I haven't had, I guess, a strong enough thing happen yet. Like there are things that have happened that made me kind of lean more in that direction. Like certainly with the things that I saw.
With the Ouija board or paranormal?
Well, the Ouija board and like the dowsing rod things, and
yeah.
I mean, like seeing you guys experience it is one thing, but I feel like maybe I would just feel different about it if it happened to me too.
Well, you have more opportunities, luckily, because we're dragging you to more places. So.
Oh boy.
And, you know, like a lot of times when we go to these places, he's kind of like bored too. So when he gets all pepped up, like you did at the dowsing rod session, like...
Yeah, because I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It's kind of cool to see, because like when him and I first got together, like I couldn't even really talk about this stuff around him. You know what I mean?
No,
he was so different.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, he's like, you know, I'm not saying that like you're a liar, but like also I don't believe you type thing. Like,
yeah, that's a tricky thing to navigate, because it's like I don't want to invalidate what you experienced because I wasn't there. I don't know what you experienced.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in that stuff. But like that sounds like it kind of cancels each other out.
But you're not like that anymore.
No, I mean I still have like a similar viewpoint of like I'm not going to discredit someone's story. I can't relate to it because I haven't experienced it. But it's like if that's what you experienced.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is a question to ask. Did I tell you about the experiences I told on my channel before I told them on my channel? Like, had you heard about them?
Yeah, I mean, I've known you since 2008, and at some point between 2008 and 2015, you definitely told me.
Yeah. I was talking to him online that night that my mom's drawers to her, like, what was that called? Her, like, dresser drawers. Her dresser drawer door opened. I was talking to him online when that happened, and I just remember you like being like, maybe it was a breeze. I'm like, Mark, the windows were shut. I don't know. Then moves on to the next conversation. I'm like, he thinks I'm batshit crazy.
Well, I was also there when the camera turned on when you told it to, and then you, Kim, and your mom like screamed, came running out of the room.
We like tried to shove through that door like 3 beluga whales. Like it's so funny because I've heard people make fun of this, but this is true. Like, I'll go right into it like, I'm here and I am ready. And then something paranormal happens and I'm like, ah!
That reminds me of like Zach Bagans. He's just like, come on, bro, show yourself. Don't be a pussy, bro. And then something creeps. He's like, ah, he takes off running.
Or he makes Aaron do everything that he won't do.
Aaron, go upstairs. And go upstairs, Aaron. Okay, fine.
Yeah. Aaron he just takes it.
That's so funny. Man, these tangents are awesome. We're
just
like...
I know. Oh yeah, we're all over the place. Luckily, I don't have to edit this though, other than to put these 2 clips together, so I'm excited about that, because I'll tell you what, editing, that's a job. That is a job and a half. But this is fun. I feel like we're just like talking to you guys, and it's cool. I enjoy it. Oh, I was also going to tell you guys... Oh wait, we never wrapped up
we haven't wrapped anything we've been talking about.
The difference between your thoughts now versus your thoughts then. Okay. What would you say is different?
Okay, so my thoughts on I mean I guess my thoughts on the paranormal and spirituality like have both changed in the same way. Like before, like I considered myself an atheist. And I thought that, you know, people that saw ghosts and all that were schizophrenic or crazy. And schizophrenic and crazy.
Not really.
Not mental shaming.
And no mental health shaming. No. If you have schizophrenia, I am way more educated.
Yeah, I'm talking about how I used to feel, not how I feel.
Yeah, I'm way more educated on schizophrenia, and it does not mean what a lot of people think that it means.
So
just had to disclaimer that.
Don't cancel us.
What you said sounded awful.
Well,
my voice.
Talking in the past tense. And just, I guess, it sounds weird, but the first thing I remember seeing wasn't even in person that like made me go, it was an episode of Ghost Adventures. I don't remember where they were.
It's the first episode ever. Their documentary.
Was where they were filming this pile. It was like
the Goldfield Hotel.
Okay, I talk in my hands, so I'm like this.
Fettuccine noodles.
Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, they're filming this pile of like bricks and.
Somebody please slow that down. Oh God.
Sorry. I'm gonna regret myself. Anyway, it was, you said the Goldfield Hotel.
Yeah.
They were filming this like pile of bricks and like, I think it was like 2x4s or something. And like a brick just picks up by itself and flies off and a board goes flying. And I was like, I mean, I don't know much about Hollywood effects and all that, but that didn't look fake to me. That looked real. And that kind of made me go, what the fuck? And then we watched more episodes, and then Kyle started talking more about things more openly because I wasn't as like shut up about it. Wasn't as much of a dick about it.
Oh, and then when I started getting them subscribers, and like whenever I was telling my stories and people were subscribing and listening.
That didn't make me believe you anymore, though.
But you were more open about it around that time.
It may have been because I was simply being exposed to more people's stories and just seeing how many people talk about this stuff.
I think that it was because it was me bringing it up on occasion to it literally became like a big part of my life to talk about this stuff.
Yeah, I didn't like believe you more because you had subscribers.
If it sounded like that's not what I meant.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's really shitty of me.
Well, you're a shithead. No, I'm just kidding. No.
But, so, yeah, like, I started hearing more people's experiences, and then we started doing things, and these weird little things would crop up, and I can't even recall off the top of my head what, like, the first thing was that I experienced in person. I don't even remember what it was, but, and then, like, what coincided with that was, like, my...
Hello.
Okay, Luna, you want to leave? She wants to leave. Go. I stopped being so like hardcore atheist, and like, I mean, full disclosure, I don't believe in any earthly religions. I think it's all man-made.
But if you do, that's totally cool.
Yeah, that's fine. We don't have to feel the same. That's fine. But I'm more open to the possibility of there being something we don't understand, because there's too many strange things, and I think that kind of happened because of the paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
So now I'm at the point. Now I'm at the point now where it's like I'm not arrogant. I don't claim to know things. I'm still skeptical, which I think is an intelligent way to be about it. It's fair to try to disprove the rational before we go to what sounds irrational. And I guess like being okay with not being able to explain things and also not knowing what they are. Because like another thing that kind of drives me a little bit crazy still is when people will set rules on things when they're like, it was a demon, it was a ghost, and by like ghost they mean the spirit of a deceased person. It's like, well, nobody knows that.
But yeah, but you know,
nobody
like
knows that.
as a YouTuber,
so it's kind of,
I can't use any other terms. I have to use those terms sometimes because
I understand that.
It's like you, number one, trying to find the balance between being authentic and also saying the words that get people to even listen to the truth you're speaking.
Yeah, I mean, I understand you have to use placeholder terms. Like, I get that. I guess, let me clarify, like, when people, like, take the Ouija board, for example, like, don't use the Ouija board, it's a portal to hell and demons will possess you.
How do you know that?
It's like, you are saying that because someone else told you that, who was told by someone else who read something probably on Reddit somewhere or something.
Like, it would be so easy for me to get on YouTube right now and be like, I talked to Zozo the demon and Zozo came through and Zozo's real and like, don't play with the Ouija board, blah, 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 because we played with the Ouija board and it spelled out Zozo, and then I went to turn the light on and the damn thing burned out. Like, oh my God, like something absolutely terrifying and horrible and demonic and the worst thing ever happened to me. No, it was spooky. It was creepy that it says Zozo, but nothing bad actually happened. So what is the bad? You know, I've heard
and you don't know for a fact, but you have your thoughts.
But with that being said, I do believe people have had bad experiences. I do believe them. I do.
But it's
not all of them.
It's so easy to say it was a demon, which is a very Christian-based thing.
Actually.
Well, they adopt that idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, that's just. What if it's not a demon? What if it is some sort of negative thing? But it's like, why are you saying that it's one of Satan's minions when you don't know that?
Yeah, well, I actually did recently, and I don't remember it exactly. Maybe some of you might know this a little bit better than I did, but I did some research on this briefly, like probably about a month ago. It was whenever I was doing my Haunted Hollywood Haunted Hollywood video about Ozzy Osbourne and Jack Osbourne, if you guys saw that. There was this quote that Jack Osbourne had said was that so it was something about demons being like a Christian thing, and I was like, where did that actually come from, like demons, you know what I mean? Because I don't know a lot about demonology and stuff like that. I truly don't. I just know, like, I was raised Christian, and I know about that much with demons, Satan's minions. That's pretty much what they were to me, but I did some research into it, and demons is not actually a Christian thing at all. I don't know exactly what it said, but it's a term to describe negative, dark beings, entities, bad energy type thing. Mm-hmm. And it's a word to describe that, and then it was kind of like adopted type thing.
I mean,
do you know what I mean? If
you were raised in another religion, you'd probably come across something that was a demon just with a different name.
To me, you know I'm like, you can call this shit whatever the fuck you want to call it, but the actual stuff that's occurring is the same. You can call it whatever you want, speak whatever language. It does not matter. It's the same. The actual actions, the actual occurrences and things that happen are the same. There's positive and there's negative. And I think, going off the Ouija board thing, a lot of people who have negative experiences with Ouija boards, maybe you have if you've ever played with one, like, think that it's all bad because of that. But I've never had a really negative I've had spooky ones. No. Because it's unsettling when that thing starts moving and you're getting responses before you can even think yourself to answer the question. When stuff like that happens, it's really spooky, but does anything bad actually happen? Like, not really. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's I mean...
It's just scary.
Still, like, going off, like, what I feel now is that it drives me nuts when there's this either pro-paranormal or anti-paranormal arrogance of people claiming to know. That I know it's not real. I know it's this. Like, those two things drive me nuts. It's like, it seems to be this thing that exists outside of what we're normally used to. How can anybody confidently say either way what something is?
Yeah.
Like, something that's kind of how I feel, I guess, now, is there's something, but I think it'd be arrogant as fuck of me to like slap a title on it and say I know this.
Yeah.
Or for anyone to do that.
But I also feel like in my life, I've done that. And I think
I think everybody. I mean, I used to do it in the opposite way.
Yeah, like, exactly. And I think it's just a matter of opening your mind a little bit to other possibilities and not being scared to do that. Because I think a lot of people are like scared to do that because they don't even realize, but they're scared of their opinion being swayed. Which, if your opinion can be swayed, are you really sure type thing? You know what I mean? Like, I used to be terrified to research other religions. Like, and I didn't understand why I was or know why I was. And it's like, why would I be scared to do that if I was solid in mine? And turns out I was not solid in mine. I didn't really know what I believed in mine. And I think it kind of goes along with that too, is that, and also at the same time, on that note, if anybody wants to think that it's all bad and they don't want to mess with it, that is totally fine.
Yeah, and there's room for multiple opinions. That can coexist. Like, if any of you guys, based on your experiences and what you've gone through, that it's very negative to you, that's totally fine. Like, I'm not telling you that you're wrong.
No, if someone has like ever experienced anything that's like really negative and you've had like reoccurring negative experiences with this stuff, like,
then I understand why you feel that.
Yeah, then sense. I'm sure we sound like idiots.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just our experiences have been different so far. Mm-hmm. But I could come back in a month after Area 51 and be a woke-ass bitch and be like, don't fuck with this stuff. I'm deleting my channel. Burning my boards.
I was going to say, based on like what you were saying about how like you were afraid to learn anything that was outside of what you already know. Like, humans are really, really scared of not knowing. It makes us very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Which I think is why people are so quick to slap a title on it, to explain it away, and then be like, no, that's it because it's comfortable. Because like when I sit here and think of the scope of the universe and where we came from,
my
little brain just doesn't want to fire correctly because it's overwhelming, it's scary, I don't get it. I'm comfortable in that though. I'm okay with that. I used to not be. I think most people aren't. I think that's a pretty normal thing. Like you want to feel safe, you want to feel content, you don't want to feel lost in the void of things, so you slap titles on things, you make explanations, no matter how crazy they may sound or how irrational they may sound. And I've gotten to a place where I'm okay with not knowing. That's totally fine. I mean, weird shit's weird, and that's all I know.
I can't even look up at the sky without my mind hurting. Once I look up there, I'm like, oh, shit's fucked, man. Shit is fucked.
Like, what the fuck is out there?
What? You guys want your mind to be blown? Watch some videos on like the universe and like...
Oh, like the size of the universe? Like when they compare like other stars versus our star, the sun.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
And people don't believe in aliens.
I don't know if it's pronounced Beetlejuice or if it's Betelgeuse.
What the fuck?
There's this massive star. I don't remember where it is.
Beetlejuice?
Yeah, but it's like Betelgeuse. So I don't know if it's Betelgeuse or Beetlejuice. It looks like
it is not Beetlejuice. There's no way.
It'd be pretty funny if it was. But
yo, Tim Burton.
Like I don't know. I think it's like 1 million of our suns can fit in that star.
That messes me up.
Yeah, I mean I know we're going all over the place again. That messes me up. But it's those like it's just.
Well, this is an all over the place podcast.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If you're part of the Discord, which if not, you should be, because that's part of what one of your benefits. I hope so. I hope you guys are all part of it. I was telling you guys I was going to give you guys themes for this podcast so that you guys could help us choose a theme, and then I never posted that. It was because everything went crazy.
Oh yeah, we haven't even touched on that yet.
And what went crazy?
Yeah, I mean you said a little bit in the.
Yeah, we could talk about it. I just didn't, and then you guys can like zoom past it if you don't want to hear us complain. So what we were gonna get to at the beginning of this podcast that I forgot to explain, and I'm just now remembering because I've been super jumbled, is that I had told you guys in the Discord chat that I'm assuming all of you are a part of, but if not, was that I was going to give you guys a list of things to choose from to help us figure out what you wanted our first episode to be, and then I never did that because of what we will be explaining in just a minute. But I wanted to let you guys know right now before we wrap the podcast up and get into kind of like the non-paranormal segment of this, where we kind of give you guys like a life update, what's been going on for our month of September. If you guys would like to help us figure out what you want our next podcast theme to be on, I was thinking we could give you guys a theme, and then you could choose from this theme, and then we will look for topics to discuss within that to kind of leave it like broadened a little bit, so we can kind of,
it'll give us a little room to like play around with. Like we'll give you like 3 or 4 or something themes. You guys choose the one that interests you the most. And then we'll pick a topic in that. Yeah.
So the themes are going to be, we can do a true crime podcast. We can do another paranormal podcast that will be more structured. Like it could be like on an exorcism or something. It'll be something more structured, more interesting to listen to other than this opening one. Yeah. Or like pop culture, entertainment, hot topics, stuff like that. I think it would be really fun to do either that or true crime, but whatever you guys would like us to do, you pick. It's up to you. It doesn't matter what he wants, doesn't matter what I want.
What you guys want.
It's all about what you want. And also, if you have any specific topics that you guys want and you all vote down below that you want that same thing, that's what we're gonna do.
So team up, talk to each other in the Discord, figure out what you guys want, let us know. That's what you'll get.
Yeah, you can either let us know in the Discord or let us know in the comments. It's totally up to you. You guys are our poltergeists, so you get to decide. This is pretty much y'all's thing. And also, if you want us to just wing it and figure it out ourselves, you can tell us that too. It's totally up to you guys. And for the next podcast, if you want us to give you guys specific themes, kind of like for the orbs and Patreons or the orbs and poltergeist on my Patreon that I just posted a couple days ago, I asked you guys to help me out with my Haunted Hollywood, and I gave you guys specific people. So if you would like us to give you more specific topics to choose from, just let us know. We're just trying to figure out what we want to do, but I do know that I want your guys' help for what we want the episodes to be because of your guys' donation, and so it's pretty much up to you guys.
It's a collaborative thing, you guys help us figure out what to do. Let us know what you want.
I want you guys to feel close to us. I want you to feel close to us in a different type of way than my channel, because I know sometimes people can get lost in the comments, but here, I'm going to see you. I'm going to see what you got to say. I am listening to your suggestions. And if you have any suggestions for anything that you want on my main channel, feel free to express that here, because it's so much easier for me to see it. And I hear you, I'm listening, and I don't know. I just love you guys so much. I just slapped the crap out of my leg. Y'all hear that? It was like clapping.
One thing, I don't know exactly what date we'll post the next podcast, but I know we want to try to get it probably like the middle of the month. And then hopefully we can stick to like a routine schedule rather than be like, oh, we're going to do this week and then push it off. We don't want to do that crap.
No, we don't.
We don't
but
want to do that anymore.
There was a really good reason. This month has been awful. I mean, if you guys have been following me, you may know that we moved into this house last August, and our house is flooded about 9 times, rough estimate.
To varying degrees. Well, when it first started, it was a little bit of water, and it's gotten increasingly more and more. And last Tuesday, right? Yeah, it was last Tuesday. Last week Tuesday, so it would have been like, I don't know exactly what day that was.
I don't know. Whatever day it was, our house flooded so bad that the only room in our 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom,
1-story house
that didn't get flooded was the master bathroom. That was it. Yep. That was the only closets. My brand new carpet in my office was bubbling up from the water rushing so thick underneath it. We are probably breathing in black mold every single day. Zero exaggeration.
We did get everything dry.
Yeah, but as best as we can.
Yeah, but we still have to replace all the flooring. And like Kyle mentioned, it's flooded 9 times. You guys are probably wondering, why the hell haven't you done anything about it yet? It's a very, very big endeavor to reshape our entire backyard, tear out all the floors, all of the drywall in the house. It's very, very, very expensive, so we have to do things incrementally, which is what our struggle's been, is that it's just been, we just keep getting hit. It's like we reshaped the backyard a little bit, thinking it would help. It helped 1 or 2 times until, I guess, it settled out there, the ground settled again, and it's just been an uphill battle.
It's been bad, and there's been a lot of things that have happened since we moved in here that were bad. I feel like my cat's health declined since we moved in here. Mine has. He hasn't been sleeping good. Super fatigued, not being able to catch up on rest. So tired all the time. I'm wheezing. You can literally, when it's silent and you are next to me while I'm breathing, you hear wheezing in my throat. I've never done that before in my life. And basically what it was the people because we did all the correct things, all the paperwork, and they specifically wrote in their forms there was no previous flood damage. That was a specific question that was on the forms, and they said no. It is $20+ grand, and it's going to be so much money that we don't have. And so we're kind of stuck in this situation where it's incredibly difficult right now to live our lives and be in this house where health isn't as good. I can feel that it's not. I know that it has to do with that, but it's what do? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough when things have not been very stable. We're taking steps to try to remedy the situation. I'm pulling out a carpet this week, and then I'm gonna slowly start redoing the backyard once we get someone to come and kind of tell us what needs to be done, kind of give us a free estimate, and then we're just gonna go from there. And hopefully, once we get into the walls, it's not as bad as we think it is.
We did have that man come over, though. There was a man that came over.
And he assessed it after the second bigger one, but this one.
Well, basically, what it was the people that lived here before us. They changed the main floor out. They redid those floors.
The living room and
so there was still water damage in our house prior to him even coming here, and prior to the flooding since we've been here, because there was flooding prior to us being here. But the new floor that they put in is now ruined everywhere.
Yeah, literally, every single floor that wasn't normal tile, I guess tile laminate for our bathrooms, we have to replace.
Yeah.
And we actually moved our entire bedroom into
a tiny room.
Into my 100-square-foot office.
Because it was the least bad.
Yeah, so that's where we're at right now.
It's not a good situation.
Dealing with all that, on top of just her trying to do her videos, and then
And I haven't
trying to
been.
do art, and now I have a full-time job.
Yeah.
It's been a lot to try to, I guess, put things into perspective and put things in like order of priority.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
well, I mean, there was one day where I wanted to sit down and film this, and I just felt like I couldn't get out of bed. Like it's just like dead feeling. Do you know what I mean? It's really, really, really hard, and it's not an exaggeration either. That's literally, it's been bad, but I do truly believe that it will get better. I mean, I'm not saying any of this because I want you guys to feel bad.
Yeah,
for
I was
us
just saying, like,
in
this is not a feel bad versus pity thing. We're just explaining what's been going on.
Yeah.
That's all.
And I mean, also, like, just to let you guys know, your donation like helps so much with all this stuff that we have going on. Do you know what I mean? The trips that I'm taking, it helps me with that trip so that I can use that money that would be going to that trip to put back into this house. Like, it helps so much, and that's one reason why I want to talk to you guys about it and let you guys know, because you guys are donating to us, and I just want you to know that it helps
it's
a
not
lot.
like your donations going to us buying these ridiculous stupid things that we don't.
I'm not going to go buy some like
it's
purses.
It's going to a good cause. Yeah.
But if you want to buy purses with your money, you do.
Yeah.
But you know. And I think that we hit about an hour mark on this, though.
I think so.
And
this is a scattershot episode.
A scatter.
Yeah, like we're hoping. Well, no, not hoping. We are going to make the next ones. I mean, unless we decide to just do a random sit down talk video like this.
We will again, but I want the next one to be more structured and have a theme. And I already have ideas, but I'm anxious to see what you guys choose, to see which idea we kind of get to go with. It's going to be fun. I like doing it because I feel like I am talking to you guys. It's such a small circle. It feels safer. That's why I feel comfortable telling you guys things that I wouldn't say on my main channel, because it stays here. And I don't know. I love that. I think that's cool. And I didn't know how cool that would feel. You know what I mean? Because I'm used to like talking to, you know, at least a few thousand people. And it's almost more, I'm more nervous talking to just you guys, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
we get your direct feedback, which we do both admit that we have not been as active in the Discord as we want to be. That's something that we're also hoping to, I guess, or not
getting used to it. This is my first time on Patreon.
Yes.
I've never done this before.
We are going to be doing more things with that.
And you know, I'll probably even add more perks to this. It's just figuring out what to do, what you guys want. If there's perks and things that you guys are interested in, do not feel shy about telling me. Like if there's something that you think that this tier needs, tell me. If you think this needs to be longer, tell me. If you think that there needs to be different, like let us know. We will not be upset with you. I totally want to hear your feedback on all things that you guys, you know, any suggestions, thoughts, opinions, ideas, stuff that you guys have. And as long as you guys give us a little bit of slack on the mess that this was, because,
yeah, that's all we ask. Give us slack on this one.
I have like, you know, when it's like Thanksgiving and you go and you're making your plate and you make this huge plate and you can't even eat half of it. I feel like I have this amazing idea for what I want this to be, but my execution of that is like with lack of knowledge. I see it.
It's a work in progress. It's ever evolving. What the Patreon looks like right now, it may not look like in 3 months or 6 months, maybe.
It better not look like this in 6 months.
I'm saying like the perks might change for the better. Things might get more. Well, I keep saying might and maybe or want to. They will get more structured.
Yeah.
They will get better.
Yeah, they will for sure.
More consistent.
For sure.
Yes.
And this was 100%. Really fun, and I'm bummed that I didn't talk to you guys sooner and do this podcast sooner, but I really hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I hope that we'll be seeing you next month. But if not, thank you so much for your donation for the month of September. I really appreciate it. If you do stick around for October, I would like you guys to let me know what you want the theme to be down below for that podcast. And make sure you guys go check out my McIntyre Villa videos on my main channel.
You will like it. Yeah. It's pretty impressive.
It's insane, but I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up now. We don't want to keep you guys for too long, and the only way that I know how to end my videos is the way that I do on my main channel, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that here. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you are having a spooky day or night, whatever it is where you are, and I will see you in my next video, my next podcast. Bye, Poltergeist.